All right, so this is a big one for you today. Police Minister Senzo Mchunu presenting the country's fourth quarter crime statistics. The update will reflect the number of criminal cases recorded countrywide between January and March this year. At his last briefing in August, Mchunu revealed that over 6,000 people were murdered in the first 3 months of 2024. You have the Eastern Cape, the Western Cape and KwaZulu-Natal among the provinces with the country's highest murder rates. Newzroom Afrika's Juniour Khumalo joining us live from Pretoria ahead of that briefing. Juniour, as always, it's really good to get an honest appraisal of where we are when it comes to crime. So we'll do a lot of comparisons between this last quarter and the previous quarter in comparison. And one is always hoping that these numbers come down. Talk to us about what the program is, where you are, and at what time the country gets to hear how it's doing in the fight against crime.
Indeed, Iman, we do expect to hear from the Police Minister Senzo Mchunu. He is going to be briefing here together with the police top brass. They are going to be occupying those seats behind me and just giving an update on exactly where we find ourselves as a country when it comes to crime. We did hear the President Cyril Ramaphosa and that delegation that went to the US basically indicating that South Africa has a crime crisis. It's not a race crisis, but they reiterated the fact that there is a crime crisis and it needs to basically be tackled with the assistance of other countries, as the president had put it there. But this briefing today also coincides with the Minister Senzo Mchunu himself. It's going to be almost a year since he was appointed by President Ramaphosa into this role of being the police minister. As you may remember, Iman, he was moved from the water and sanitation portfolio, where a lot of people had said that he was actually doing quite a good job, and they were bemoaning the fact that he was being moved from that portfolio and being placed here as the Minister of Police. But the president indicating that he wanted that same energy that he was bringing into the water and sanitation portfolio into this police ministry, because there were quite a lot of challenges that were facing South Africa at the time. He was appointed on the 30th of June last year, and at the time there was a rise when it comes to quite a number of crimes, when it comes to extortion, when it comes to kidnappings as well. So those were the emergent issues that he was focusing on. And when he came in, he basically hit the ground running in establishing a lot of task forces to deal with some of those crimes. And we have seen, according to him and according to the stats that were released earlier this year, in February, that there had been a decline. In February this year, he did indicate that when it comes to the murder rate, there was a 9.8% decline in the number of cases of murder that had been reported across the country's various police stations. But still, it was still too high, because about 6,000 people, over 6,000 people had actually lost their lives. A number of those individuals who lost their lives having come from arguments between individuals, leading to these people losing their lives. But also when it comes to the number of rape cases that had been reported between October 2024 and December 2024, there was also another decline, about 3.3% decline in those cases that had been reported as well. But the figures were still very high, even when it comes to that. Between that period as well, about 128 rape cases had been reported every day. So the minister saying that there was a need to continue with fighting some of these scourges that we had been seeing in the country. But he had praised the fact that there was a decline when it comes to murder, when it comes to rape. But he said there were about 4 provinces that still remained, that faced a lot of challenges. That's KwaZulu-Natal, Gauteng, the Eastern Cape, as well as the Western Cape. So there was going to be a focus, according to the minister, in trying to alleviate crime in those 4 provinces, Iman.